Hey everybody, this is Samantha from Volary, your roving reporter for MSI Music Scene Investigation, and I'm standing here with Mike Winger, who currently is the Executive Director of NARAS, the National Recording... National Recording... No.
I think it's called the Recording Academy. The Grammys.
Yeah, the voting arm of the Grammys, and he's also a singer-songwriter, a music producer. He does a ton of things for the music industry in San Francisco. So, yeah, Mike, why don't you tell us about what NARAS has been doing?
Let's see. The Recording Academy is a membership organization, and we have about 1,000 members around the Bay Area, and we put on events that focus on either professional development for artists, teaching them how to make money or how to become better artists, musicians or singers. We also do advocacy work. So recently we put on a mayoral forum. We got all the candidates for mayor in San Francisco to come to the Fillmore last Monday, and they talked about music and what they would do for music in San Francisco. So we do a lot of advocacy on behalf of artists both here and in Washington, D.C. And then there's just, a lot of networking and things like that. And then, of course, there's the Grammy Awards. And we manage the process of that so that anybody around here who wants to submit their album or song for the Grammys and be considered, then that's what we are here for.
And you also have your own band, Super Adventure Club. So why don't you tell us a bit about that?
Okay, so my band, Super Adventure Club, is a power duo. And we each play 3 instruments at once. So I play bass with my left hand and keyboards with my right hand, and I sing in 5 languages. And the drummer plays drums right-handed and keyboards left-handed, and he sings with me. And I think he does 4 of the 5 languages. So,
yeah, I've seen some of the shows, and I have to say, look them up on YouTube or go and see them if you're in town, because they are just phenomenal live. And the songs that they write about, why don't you give me a sprinkling of some of your song names?
Let's see. Well, we just put a new record out. The album is called Expensive. We have our hit singles on it, which are I Want to Be Your Pool Boy and Unicorn Sandwich. Which is about eating unicorns. That's what you do, I guess. Trying to remember some of the other songs. We have Godzilla Rolls Over Tokyo.
And you had Alameda.
Oh yeah, Alameda, Isle of Zombies, which I just played today.
Yeah. So I've always wondered, where do you come up with these ideas?
Well, I live in San Francisco. It makes it easy to find ideas. I don't know. It's things roaming around in my head when I'm not doing things involved with the Grammys.
Okay, so what do you think about the, I presume you travel to LA a lot, and what do you think about the indie music scene here compared to LA?
Well, this is the greatest city in the world. So, we have an amazing music scene that is incredibly creative. We have much less commercial consideration, I think far more artistic consideration in San Francisco, which makes it, to me, a more interesting city. It's why I love it here, and I tend to not feel as comfortable musically in LA. They've got some great bands and musicians there, obviously, but I think San Francisco has a really unique culture here that's just super awesome.
So what advice would you give indie musicians who are starting out here in San Francisco?
Do something really great. No, I think, if you're going to start a band or you're going to go out and play, you have to do something unique. You have to do something that people can talk about. Word of mouth is the way that music gets spread. So first you have to be good, and then it's not quite enough to be good. You also have to do something that people can go, hey, I saw this band the other night, and they have, a marching drum, and they do this other thing, and they have David Hasselhoff slides playing behind them while they're doing the show. Whatever it is, some kind of story to go with it, because it's more than just writing songs and playing them. It's also being an identity that people can talk about.
That sounds like really great advice. So do you have any websites that you want to plug?
Let's see. Join the Grammys at Grammy365.com. Then you can learn about how to do that. My band is superadventureclub.org, and I have a website that I don't maintain much anymore, michaelwinger.com. That's kind of from my life of when I was producing and before I was doing full-time work on the Grammys.
So you don't produce anymore?
I do, but I'm limiting the number of people I work with, because I'm, doing the Academy stuff is about 60 hours a week, and then at some point you need to sit down and drink
Yeah.
some water.
So how do people catch your attention and get to work with you?
That's good. Be really good. No, I mean, it's, you know, if somebody's got something really cool that is like, that feels like something I would be able to contribute to, it's kind of hard to say. There's always that something about an artist that you'll see and you'll just be like, oh, that's so cool. I have to work with them just because it's fun. You know, it helps to be fun. I think that's an important part for me.
Great. Well, thank you for joining us today.
Oh, yeah, my pleasure.
It was great talking to you.
Thanks for having me. All right, I'm gonna play a ballad too. This song's called Alameda, Isle of Zombies, and it's kind of a sing along because usually I have my bandmate sing the backup part. So if I say Alameda, you guys need to say Isle of Zombies. If you guys can do that, it would be really helpful because otherwise I don't have enough air in my lungs to finish the song and to be missing something vital. So let's see. Well, I can tell that you're not from San Francisco, 'cause you're riding on a bike that's not a fixie. So tell me once again where it is you're from, because your eyes are looking sunken, yeah, your face is looking glum. Dark is the night, dark is the bay, dark are the fairies that take you away. Off to the island of zombies. In Alameda,
Zombies.
in Alameda,
I love the zombies.
in Alameda,
I love the zombies.
in Alameda.
I love the zombies.
You guys are better than Jake. That's awesome. Well, you were living in the Mission for a year or two, until the lure of easy parking was calling to you. Just like a call from your mommy. You took the ferry, then you became a zombie. Dark is the night, dark is the bay, dark are those fairies that take you away. Off to the island of zombies. In Alameda,
I love the zombies.
in Alameda,
I love the zombies.
in Alameda,
I love the zombies.
in Alameda.
I love the zombies.
You can't remember what you said, you can't remember what you said, you can't remember what you said, you got no brains left, remember what you said, you can't remember what you said, can't remember what you said, you got no brains left, remember what you said, you can't remember what you said, can't remember what you said, you got no brains left, remember what you said, you can't remember what you said, you can't remember what you said, you got no brains left. Yeah, dark is the night, dark is the bay, dark are the fairies that take you away. Off to the island of zombies. Here's the sing-along part for everybody.